Hey guys, Thomas here. In this video I want to talk about pricing. Pricing is another one of those important critical elements in your marketing strategy which you can really leverage to your benefit, whether you want to maximize sales and maximize the readers you can get, or maybe you want to just maximize your profit. So in this video I'll be sharing some really valuable insights on how to look at this, on how to think about this and get clear on what is the best pricing strategy for you. Number one is get clear on your goals. This is just the first step that you gotta consider here. There's really two main options here, two main paths. Are you trying to maximize the number of readers, the number of sales that your book has? Or alternatively, are you trying to just maximize the profit that your books generate? In the first scenario, you might be trying to just build a really big audience, get people on your email list, or perhaps you're trying to get leads to some of your products or services or speaking gigs through your book, and it's not so important how much money you make up front. And the alternative scenario would be if you're a writer, you really love writing, that's where you like to put your focus, and you just want to be paid for your work. Now in the first scenario, what you'll do is you'll price your book at 99 cents, or you'll get it to even, perhaps you might get it to perma-free. Obviously, if you want more readers and more people to read your book, you gotta price your book lower. And I'm talking about Amazon here since it's such a big player here. But back to the point is, from 99 cents to $2.99, which is the lower range, you will only get 30% cut, which is much smaller, but you will also generate a significant amount of more sales. And alternatively, $2.99 to $9.99 will grant you 70% of the royalty cut. So in option number two, if you're trying to maximize profit, what you'll do, obviously you'll price it within that price range. So price points that I would recommend would be $2.99, $3.99, probably $4.99 if you're in the right kind of genre, if your book is of the right length and you're providing sufficient value to justify those slightly higher price points. People are pretty price sensitive in many book genres. And for print books, generally same will apply. You will just go to the lower end to get more sales there. And on option number two, you will see what is the upper limit where you can where it's still acceptable to price your book. Well, you still get sales, but you also get a bigger chunk of profit. Tip number two is enroll in KDP Select, or at least consider it. KDP Select is agreeing to have your ebook exclusively on Amazon.com. in exchange for a bunch of benefits, including having your book enrolled in Kindle Unlimited program and Kindle Owner's Lending Library. Basically, allowing your book to be accessed for free for people who are members in these programs. The scenarios where it doesn't make sense to enroll in this program are if you know that your audience is distributed across other platforms, or perhaps you have grown your own large audience and you want to sell it perhaps on your own website, etc., etc. But if you're just starting out, I definitely recommend it. In my eyes, it doesn't really make much sense not to enroll, because the benefit that you gain from these people, from these many people in these programs, just in my eyes outweighs the cost of exclusivity. Because you got to remember, Amazon is just a really huge platform at the moment, and as a newcomer you can really be smart and benefit from them. And again, going back to point number one, if you are trying to maximize number of sales and number of readers, this will really help you to do that. Because imagine these people enrolled in Kindle Unlimited paying $10 a month to have unlimited access to books enrolled in this program, and also KOLL. What these people are doing, they are able to just access your book, read your book at no extra cost whatsoever to them. And so that means it will be a lot easier for you to sell them on your book. The next tip is explore your market. Spend some time exploring the market, your niche, your genre, and have a look at where the books are priced. You can also go out on a day trip to one of your local bookstores, perhaps Barnes & Noble, and have a look at what the print books are priced at in your genre. This will give you a good feel of, okay, how are these books priced? Because the pricing of these books also indicates what people are willing to pay. But some things you also got to keep in mind is that some books have big brands behind them, etc., etc., so they may afford to price them higher. But yeah, just generally it will give you a sense for what people pay in these book genres. And then you can kind of figure out where you fit in this market. Moving on, it's also important to consider the length of your book, because obviously shorter book means people won't be willing to pay a higher price point. Whereas if it's longer, perhaps it's 300 pages even, or something like that, 200, 400, it just obviously means, okay, it's a longer book, much more time and effort was put into it, and I'll be willing to pay more for it. It just makes sense. So this is something to really consider. It's like the value proposition that you offer to your reader. Here you have 200, 300 pages of great material, whether you're in fiction or non-fiction. It's just one thing that is important to consider, like what are you actually offering to your reader? Next point is I suggest that you use what is called charm pricing. Use the 99-cent price point, or perhaps if you're feeling a little bit frisky, you can use the 97-cent price point, which is something that's becoming more popular in the marketing world. Honestly, it's kind of stupid, but it's, when people price it at 99 cents, people get really used to that, and then other people start doing it at 97. There aren't really that conclusive results on that, whether it actually works, but you can consider it and test it out for yourself and for your own genre. What is also an interesting thing, some studies have shown that bizarre price points like $3.34 or $3.61 or something like that helps to actually increase sales, interestingly enough. If I'm not mistaken, it's probably because it's just something so different and people don't feel like they're getting sold, they feel like they're getting a deal. And it's one of those scenarios where being different, where being kind of an outlier might help you. Another useful tip, this is a very simple one, is just have multiple formats of your book. If you have not only digital, not only Kindle, if you also have print, what will happen is Amazon will show your book when people are on your Kindle page or on your Kindle listing and your book is connected in all three or all two formats. What will happen is when the potential customer is on the Kindle page, they will see the price as discounted in the buy box, discounted from the print price. And let's just face it, everybody likes discounts, so that means you will generate more sales. Another thing that I recommend is that you leave room for discounts in your pricing. How this can help you is if you have a larger profit margin and larger just price in general, Amazon will be able to, their algorithm will highly likely, or more likely I should say, will be more likely to discount your book at some stage or another. Their discount thing works very mysteriously a lot of the time, but if your book is priced higher, it's likely that they can add discounts. And as I've seen it, they do it rarely for the lower price points because they just, it just doesn't make sense because already the profit or the margins are kind of are a lot smaller. And the second way that you will be able to gain from more room in your pricing for discounts is you'll have more effective Kindle countdown deals. Again, if you've chosen to enroll in KDP Select, you'll just have more room to work with that Kindle countdown deal. And as I said, everybody likes discounts, so why not use it to your advantage? And the last tip, ladies and gentlemen, is have a multiple book pricing strategy. So this is a powerful one. What you do here is either if you have a series of book number 1, book number 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., or if you just have multiple books in the same niche, in the same genre, what you will do, you will take book number 1, and I'll use the series of books as an example for sake of clarity. What you will do is you will take book number 1 and price it much lower than everything else. It's not meant to generate profit for you. It's meant to get as many people as possible in your book funnel here. And then subsequently, book number 2 will be priced at $2.99. It will gain you 70% margin if you're doing Amazon, which I think you should, of course. And book number 3 will be either, again, $2.99 or it can already be $3.99. And so what the thinking behind this strategy is, it's not new, it's just a very classic funnel, is you just, you get as many people to read your first book and really understand that, wow, this is great value for me. I really love this author. I really love this either if it's fiction, I really love this story. It made me feel so many things. Or if it's fiction, it gave me so much value that they're, once they get to book number 2, they're already like ready to spend more money. They're less price sensitive. And you've proven yourself to them, you've lowered their kind of guard, they trust you now, and so on and so forth. So yeah, guys, those were my pricing tips. I hope you found them useful. I hope you will now be able to figure out your own pricing strategy. As you notice, I didn't give that much specific advice. I just gave it in a more general way, so you can take this hopefully and apply it to yourself. Because I know many different people will be watching this. You might be doing fiction, you might be doing non-fiction, and and any tiny or big niche under those two. So I really hope now you'll be able to craft the perfect pricing strategy for you, gain more readers, gain more sales, and become a more successful self-publisher. Thomas out. See you in another video.
Hey guys, I hope you found that valuable, and if you did, I would appreciate a like on this video. It will help us reach and help more people. And also, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button along with the little notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming value-packed self-publisher advice videos. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful day, or evening, or night.